Okay, it's recording. Hey guys, how's it going? Let me. Sorry about that. It's still trying to get all this to work all right. Got this cool little green screen in the background. Awesome. My microphone, I can't remember the name of the brand I have, but it works. Yeah, I definitely haven't been upgrading my vlogs as much as I should have been, or at least how long I've said I was going to. Again, a lot of it was still kind of like building up. Like I'm using my Akaso right now. Things been giving me some little bit of problems. The I have the Brave 4, so that's probably an older model. So you know, get what I pay for, I guess. But right now, still starting off small, so not trying to go like too crazy overboard, overspending. This is more of like a side thing. So it's still kind of like trying to make it work. But so far, I think I've been doing pretty good. I've had some good momentum for most of December. Uh, some of the tasks, like I know I've had mentioned in the first vlog about how I kind of wanted this month to go. And being that it, almost 2/3 of it's already like gone, and you have like less than 10 days. Well, a little over 10 days, like week and a half, give or take, of days left. Christmas right around the corner. So is New Year's. So I kind of wanted to like get to vlogging again, or do at least one more update. As you can see, like I haven't really been like. It's not. I'm trying not to be lazy about it. I'm trying to get these things all set up. Working with the green screen, and trying to get all that set up. So that's that. As far as like the goals, I've kind of like for the video game goals, I've kind of expected. I'm not going to be able to get as much of that done as I'd like to. I'm also trying to like focus on seeing the screen, not just reading off my notes on the computer screen. But yeah, that's yeah. I kind of knew it. I'd like roughly. I mean, it's been about 4 hours a week. I've been getting to some games, or to the two games, honestly. This week, probably not a live stream again Monday. I got plans tomorrow too, so that's not gonna happen as well. So progress has been going all right in that regard, at least for the video game goals. The books, Designing Your Life. I've been actually able to read a few pages here and there during lunch for work, so I've made it through another few chapters of that, and I've actually been really liking that book. So it's nice. It's definitely making me like give me a better perspective of what I'd want for my career and how I want it to like go. Shoot, like next weekend, I'm gonna be turning 34, so my career is like close to halfway over. I only got about 30-ish more years left, so I kind of want to make it count. Something that I've mentioned to a few friends, how I've kind of like not been ultimately satisfied with the horticulture path. Maybe it's a Texas thing where it's just the opportunities really aren't that great. Like the labor is really like the only job that's really out there. So it's kind of, like, do I really want to be just breaking my back for the next 30 years. I don't know. Maybe transitioning to something else is something I've been thinking of. I kind of been looking at a few things. One of the things that kind of like caught my eye was like, being a video game artist. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I have, background in designing landscapes a little bit, and that might actually be something I could like work into, because I do like the actual like creating and being like creative. That's kind of one of the things that I've kind of was figuring out a little bit while reading that book. So that's pretty good. When I finish it, I'm gonna do like a pretty good like a review of it, and is kind of show some of those like work models that that are in that book. So like maybe if if that's something that somebody else ends up using, or I mean, as far as I've been through that book, I definitely do recommend it. It's actually pretty good, especially for like younger folks who are really trying to like figure their way out in life. I definitely wish I had come across that book a lot sooner. At least, a decade ago would have been super nice. Before I made the move of like leaving the military, that would have been a good book to recommend leaving the military if that's something you end up doing. Or considering changing your career, or and that's a good book to at least like live to, at least before you make a big move like that. That's something. But let me stop spoiling that book. And the last thing that was mentioned was like the challenges, which is the workout challenges. Like right now, I have 2 gym memberships that I don't use as much as I should, but I'm only paying like $30 a month for both of them, so it's not too bad. I think like the yearly subscription, like once a year, I might pay like $60. So honestly, that's not too bad. So that's something I'm going to keep, and try to figure out like a good routine for that, because that's something I'm still like trying to work on. Like it's difficult, being a blue collar worker and like trying to find like gym time, because there's some days where it's like, man, like work will break you back a little bit, and the motivation just isn't there when you're just like worked an 8-hour shift in the hot sun, or lifting up these heavy boards, or digging a bunch of holes, or cutting grass, weed eating a lot. So it can be a challenge on some days. So it's something that I gotta play that a little bit more by ear. Like I wish it would have been nice if I was able to still be a college student and just like do homework all day. GI Bill pays the bills, and I have more free time for the gym. Man, college life, that's so fun. So easy, a lot easier than I realized. But yeah, and like but yeah, the challenge that I had was the 12 days of 5Ks, and I kind of figured, at the end of like the first week, when I got sick, it put me down like pretty bad. Like it wasn't COVID, but it was just like a regular cold or flu, and it just, man, I've never felt so sick in my life. And I kind of knew at that point, like like I just could not fit that much time into each of those weeks. Like it went from being 3 5Ks a week to like 4, and then I mean at this point now it's I don't there's I barely enough time to do it, but it's like my 5K time right now is like in the 45-minute range, and that's just not like it's just not something I can do with the amount of time I kind of have to like play with, like just doing household chores, and then just just traffic back and forth from work, and working home is almost another 45 minutes. So it's like that time starts to stack up, and it's like I would like to try that challenge again at some point in the future when I get into running a bit more. And that was another thing that was like kind of one of the reasons why after I feel better now and like it's a little too late, but that's one of the things where I need to get a stand for this Akaso if I'm going to record. I like the visual image, but man, I really hate having to hold it in position for so long. That's another thing on the list, but and plus all my arm hair is all right up in the but no, that's one of those things where I just didn't really want to like push it that hard to end up like just getting injured, because that's getting like risk of getting injured, or just end up like walking most of these 5Ks, and like that just wasn't gonna happen. Like I did try to do like 1 mile while I was sick, and like man, that like halfway through it I was like already kind of getting burnt out, and yeah, unfortunately that just was not going to work. But I definitely will try this again at some point. Hopefully within... Well, I really can't say right now. My training regimen has kind of been like a little spotty. Partly because of being sick, and another reason is just like not being... It is really just trying to like fit in for the time. So there's that. But overall, I would say I've been on a pretty good track so far. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so I'll take that. But I know coming up, the next challenge, or the next kind of like workout series I'm gonna try to do is like or at least when the new year starts, that way it's kind of easy to track, is like the 52 hikes in 52 weeks. So basically 1 hike a week. It didn't really specify like a distance, so I'm gonna try to make that at least like 2 miles. I know probably for that it's gonna end up being something like, if I had to break it down, the statistics, I honestly expect like 70 to 80% of that being like city parks I go to, and then like maybe 10% or 15 be like state parks, and then maybe 5% being like a national park, so nothing. Well, I mean, I guess it might be exciting. I might try to record it with the Akaso that I have now. But man, this thing has been kind of like iffy, because I've tried to record like my time at SeaWorld, and like sometimes it records it and sometimes it doesn't. One of the biggest issues I've been having was like trying to get like the angle right, because man, like some of those rides, it's like, man, it's like either the angle is like too low and I'm like looking at the back of somebody's head, or it's too high and I'm looking at the sun. Um, so that's one of those things where I kind of have to like figure out still. I do like that little chest mount that I have from Amazon Basics. That thing was pretty cool. It's a cool accessory with this action cams in general, so I like it. But man, if this thing's gonna give me problems, we'll see how that goes. Like I definitely would like to incorporate like the action camera into like more videos and vlogs and stuff like that. Excuse me. I don't know. I gotta figure it all out still. I'm still working. still working it all out. Working all the kinks. Yeah, eventually, you know, like I'll get stuff like settled in. Like right now, it's still a lot of like experimental phase, so you know, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So hopefully, you know, like throughout January, I'll be able to make some pretty good, decent progress. But that's kind of about it. So yeah, that's really it. Thank you for stopping by, watching. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Peace out.